What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and it is a beautiful, victorious Sunday for Michigan, upsetting the Buckeyes in Columbus. 13-10. Gonna be going over the key takeaways, how the Wolverines got this done, plus some key quotes post-game from some Michigan players and coaches, plus what some recruits had to say about the big win for Michigan. We also do got some big recruiting news for Michigan, not only in the 2025 class on a 5-star offensive tackle, but also a transfer portal target for Michigan. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it here. And let's start with Michigan's 13-10 win over Ohio State. And I tell you what, Michigan, Sharon Moore, this coaching staff, these players, they came into this game. They never flinched in this one. They out-physicaled Ohio State in the trenches. Sharon Moore told the team in the fourth quarter, he said, "Listen to the crowd. It's quiet. That means we have a chance to win this." And that's exactly what they did all fourth quarter. Michigan dominated Ohio State in the fourth quarter. They had the football for basically the whole fourth quarter in that game. Ohio State only got 2 possessions, and it was a 3-and-out and then a 4-and-out at the end of the game that sealed the deal for Michigan. And we talked about it all week. It's always the biggest topic of discussion going into the game, Michigan-Ohio State. It's the rushing battle. Whoever has the most rushing yards in this game is usually the team that wins this game. Michigan outgained them 172-77 in the rushing yard battle. Michigan only had 62 passing yards. And, in order for Michigan to win this one, it had to be an ugly game. They made it into an ugly game. And it was like Josiah Stewart said post-game, Michigan, like Joel Klatt said, last year and all these past years, that Michigan, the boa constrictor, that's who they were, and that's who they were in this game against Ohio State. And it was led by Michigan's outstanding defensive performance. Wink Martindale, I told you guys, he was finding his rhythm ever since the first half of the Oregon game. Oregon, it was looking bad for Michigan. It looked like they were gonna, blow them out. They came in there in the second half. This defense picked it up, and ever since then, this defense has just been playing phenomenal. Ohio State, they had 0 first downs in the fourth quarter, and they had 0 points the whole second half. The only time Ohio State got in the end zone was on a very questionable call that probably should have been called offensive pass interference on Jeremiah Smith, and that was it. That was it for Ohio State's offense. Wink Martindale, this Michigan defense, they came in here, they were determined, they were confident, they knew they were the tougher team, and they put that on display again for the 4th straight year in a row. And we knew it going into this game. If Michigan kept this game close going into the fourth quarter, having a chance to win it, Ryan Day, all that pressure, it got to him in this game like many predicted it might. This was an outstanding win, a huge upset for Michigan. Ohio State was favored by 3 touchdowns going into this game. One of the largest favored point spreads in this rivalry in Michigan. They just wanted this game more. They were more physical, and at the end of the game, man, it was kind of the same exact scenario as it was last year. Sharon Moore, he ran the ball. He took what they were giving him. He ran the clock out, took the field goal. Ohio State, again, for the second year in a row, had no timeouts. And, while last year they needed a touchdown, they needed a field goal in this one. But again, no timeouts. Under a minute to go, they couldn't get the job done. They only got 1 yard on that final drive and a 4-and-out for Michigan. So it was just an outstanding performance from this Michigan defense. And, credit to the Michigan offense. Even though they made many mistakes, both teams had way too many mistakes in this game. Davis Warren threw 2 picks, one right by Michigan's end zone that gave Ohio State great field position. Obviously, defense got to stop. They missed a field goal. Ohio State missed, obviously, 2 field goals. That was huge in this game, but credit to Michigan's defense. They bent, they didn't break though. And Will Howard threw that first pick in the early in the game. Amir Hall, what a game he had. He has been stepping up, and that was a huge pick. That gave Michigan their first lead of the game. And obviously Davis Warren, threw a pick with a guy wide open in the end zone. That one stung in the moment. But I tell you what, that drive, that even though it ended in an interception, that drive won the game for Michigan. When you look at this game, That drive started in the third quarter. It went all the way into the fourth quarter with about 7 minutes, I believe, left in the fourth quarter. And even though it was an interception, Ohio State's defense was gassed. Michigan's defense, credit to them, they stepped up, got a 3-and-out, which put Michigan's offense back on the field. Great field position. Ohio State's offense or defense, was already gassed. So Michigan, Sherrone Moore, they said, "Let's go, Khalil Mullings. We're gonna ride you. We're gonna run down this defense throats," because they knew they were gassed. And then Khalil Mullings, just like against USC, breaking a tackle on third down, taking it the distance, putting Michigan in field goal range. And after that, it was game for Michigan. They had that game won. It was just beautiful how this game went. It needed to be ugly for Michigan to win it. It's exactly how they wanted it to go. And Michigan, 4 straight wins in a row over Ohio State. What a win. I mean, this turns this season into a success and a great first season for head coach Sherrone Moore. Obviously, credit to Michigan's offensive line. Davis Warren was protected very good. Davis Warren also, even though despite only having 62 passing yards, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, he had some very clutch third down conversions. In fact, Michigan went 7 for 14 on third down efficiency. Ohio State was 6 for 16. So that was a big key to this game, putting together long drives, giving the Michigan defense some breaks that really helped Michigan's chances in this one. So, what an incredible job by these players, this coaching staff, everybody involved, getting these players ready, amped up for this game. No Colson Loveland, no Will Johnson. They still got the job done. There's no excuses now for Ohio State. I mean, they can continue making as many excuses as they want. If they continue to keep making excuses, I think it's pretty clear, they're not going to be able to beat us if they keep making excuses and don't accept the fact that Michigan's the better team and they beat them, they out-physicaled them. So, credit to Michigan, this coaching staff, they outcoached Ohio State. You got some key post-game quotes. Davis Warren, post-game, this might be my favorite quote. He said, "We're going to win in your house and we're going to plant the flag. You should have done something about it." Obviously, there was a brawl. Khalil Mullings, he said it perfectly. At the end of the day, some people got to learn how to lose. I mean, many teams plant flags at midfield. Texas and Oregon did it to us this season. You didn't see Michigan go out there and fight because they had a chance to win it on the field. Michigan did the same thing in 2022 against Ohio State. So if Ohio State didn't want Michigan to plant the flag at midfield, maybe you should have done something about it in the 60 minutes that was given to you to do something about it. Just terrible leadership by Ryan Day and Ohio State. It all falls on them. Michigan, these players, they did nothing wrong in that situation. So people can say what they want to say. The wrong is on Ohio State. All of that is on Ohio State. But Michigan edge Josiah Stewart, he said, "First quarter, fans were rowdy and loud as we expected it to be. We just stayed poised in the moment. We used their noise as fuel. We're telling the crowd to cheer it on as their offense was on the field," things like that. And, then he said, "When it gets quiet, you got them. You just got to finish." He also said that, we're just more physical. The film doesn't lie. We attacked it all game. We took the fight to them. We didn't wait or let them get in a rhythm. Sherrone Moore post-game gave massive credit to the defense. Only gave them 10 points, 77 rushing yards. They knew they had to win the rushing battle to win this game. He said, "It's something we think about 365 days a year about this rivalry." He said, "I'm excited we won the game and proud of our guys." And throughout that game, you could just tell how much this game means to Sherrone Moore. These players and coaches said it all week. They watched film on Ohio State all season long. They practiced for Ohio State all season long. This game is on their mind all season long, no matter what. So just huge credit to Sherrone Moore, this coaching staff, these players having the fight, taking it to them. I knew it was going to be a closer game. I knew it wasn't probably going to be a blowout like many expected just because it was a rivalry game. Michigan's defense was hot going into this game. They played their best game against Northwestern, and it showed up again today or yesterday against Ohio State. But also some commits for Michigan, recruits that Michigan is going after. We'll first start with the Michigan commits. Andrew Marsh, he said, "It's just the beginning. Don't count us out." Wide receiver Jacob Washington said, "Coach Moore said it best. This is why you come to Michigan." Tight end Eli Owens, he said, "It's just what we do." Linebacker Nathaniel Wusu-Boateng, big target for Michigan in the 2025 class. He said, "Wow, what a win." Also, 2027 quarterback Trey Taylor said, think this could be the real starting point of the Coach Moore era. Happy for Coach Moore in Michigan. So tons of recruits were impressed, including some that even took a visit to Ohio State for the game. Offensive lineman in the 2026 class, Darius Gray, he was at the game. He said, what a win. Great game from both teams. And obviously, he was very impressed with Michigan's offensive line performance yesterday. So it was a big win for Sharon Moore. And again, he said it best. This is why you come to Michigan. And I also did want to talk about some recruiting news, though. First, start with the transfer portal target for Michigan, a wide receiver, Donovan McCulley, the Indiana receiver. We've talked about him before when he first planned to enter the transfer portal earlier in the year. He has taken a visit to Michigan today on Sunday, as it was planned. After the Ohio State game, he would take a visit to Michigan. According to Steve Wiltfong of On3, McCulley did tell On3 that if it feels right, he could commit to Michigan. It's a great program, great facilities. I love Coach Sharon Moore, and I really like the program, and I know they are not going to have another down year. Now, McCulley, he's a 6'5", 195-pound wide receiver, was a former quarterback at Indiana. Then he switched over to wide receiver, had a great season in 2023, 48 receptions, 644 yards, 6 touchdowns as a junior. And Steve Wiltfong of On3 did put in a prediction for Michigan to land him. So that's some great news right there for Michigan. One of many transfer portal targets Michigan will be going after. And we also got some good news on the 2025 current Alabama commit. 5-star offensive tackle Ty Haywood. Haywood has announced that he is opting not to sign during next week's early signing period. And, you know, this is big news for Michigan because they wanted to get him on campus for a visit. It didn't really work out because he's still in the playoffs. And now it gives Michigan a chance to get him on campus for a visit. Now, he did tell E.G. Holland of the Wolverine that, you know, just because I don't want anything to get rushed, I want to make the right decision. He said, me and Coach Moore had a good relationship when my recruitment was open. We're cool. We're basically trying to bring back that relationship last minute. And he said basically that they would have a better opportunity for me is what Michigan's pitch is to him right now. So that is big news for Michigan. They obviously are making a late NIL push for him, and early signing period is Wednesday, December 4th, so it's going to be a busy couple of weeks here, not only signing day, but also transfer portal is going to be opening soon, and obviously we all know Michigan is going to be hitting the portal hard. They got money to spend, so it's going to be fun. But what a weekend for Michigan. What a couple of weeks for Michigan. They land Bryce Underwood, and all of a sudden they start winning. They beat Ohio State. It has been an incredible couple of weeks here to be a Michigan Wolverine fan, and this just adds to it. 13-10 is the final. Michigan, 4 straight wins over Ohio State. Make sure to drop a like on this video for that win. And obviously, if you guys are new around here, make sure to go ahead, subscribe for more. I would greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And other than that, hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.